Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 99 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on today. So, yay, I made it to day 99. One more day to go. I did wake up in a better mood today. I think it helped that I got a little bit more sleep. I still felt really tired, and today is one of those days where I just wanted to lay on my couch and watch TV and not think about anything or go back to bed and sleep all day long. So I kind of put off and avoided doing things that I needed to do today. I did talk to my vision board friend for a little bit, and I was like, I'm in a better mood. And I did figure out that the whole ankle brace thing kind of helped yesterday, and today tonight for work. Since I drive for work, I did something I don't like to do, but I did it anyway. I moved my seat up. I know that sounds kind of silly, but by moving the seat up a little bit, it allowed me to use the arch of my foot to hit the pedals instead of the ball of my foot to hit the pedals, which alleviated, I think, because I wasn't hitting the part of my foot that was injured as much. So it kind of helped to make my foot not hurt so much today. And also, I think being a little bit closer to the steering wheel made it so that my shoulder was like closer to myself, so I wasn't using it as much. So my shoulder didn't hurt as much. So I think that was a good thing. The downside is it makes it a little bit harder for me to get in and out of my car because I'm closer. And I'm really grateful that it didn't like cramp my legs, because usually when I sit that close, my knees start hurting and getting all cramped because I'm like they're cramped and I can't stretch them out because I'm too close to the pedals. So I don't normally like to sit that close to my pedals. And it was only like one notch of the seat, but I still was feeling a little bit cramped and claustrophobic. But it wasn't too bad, which I'm really grateful for. And it did make it a less painful drive for tonight for work. So I'm also grateful for that. A little frustrated with myself because I could have gone to work earlier. And like I said, today just didn't feel like a day to work because I'm sore, I'm tired, I just want to sleep and rest, and I need to sleep, I need to rest, I need to do those things to heal my body, um, but I also need to work to be able to pay the bills, so I'm kind of having to make myself go to work even though I don't feel like working. I would have been fine staying home, except that I would have been freaking out about the bills that need to be paid. So I was hoping to get a bonus tonight that would help to alleviate my stress when it comes to paying the bills. And I had a couple slow spots in the night, so I wasn't able to, and I didn't start earlier, which I could have done. I didn't. I still worked 8 hours. I'm like, come on, I did an 8 hour day. And I should have been able to hit my bonus in that 8 hours, or I thought that I should have been able to. But again, I had some slow spots and some cancellations, which I have no control over any of those things. And because of that, I did not hit my bonus, which is really disappointing because I really wanted that money. I really wanted the bonus. But I did have a lot of good work tonight, so I made good money. Um, so I'm really grateful. I'm like the most I made in a night this whole week. So I'm like, yay! I made a lot of money. That I made more than I wanted to make as far as the work that I did tonight. I just didn't get the bonus that I wanted, and I was so close. I think I missed it like by 5 minutes. I was so not happy about that, but it's okay. It's okay. I know that I know the Heavenly Father will take care of it. And if nothing else, it's just a reminder that there's lots of things that are outside of my control, and another opportunity, which I'm not thrilled about, I will be honest, but it's another opportunity to practice letting go and letting God take care of it, and not getting depressed or discouraged and disappointed and throwing myself into some hissy fit and state of depression, and or giving up for the moment or for the day or for whatever, because I didn't reach my goal, because things didn't turn out the way that I wanted them to. So I'm feeling myself this morning, the end of my day, so it's my night. I'm getting ready to go to bed, but I'm feeling like I'm struggling to let that go and not feeling disappointed and discouraged, because that's what I do. That is my old default setting. that when things don't go the way that I want them to, then I shut down and I get discouraged and I quit and I go into a state of depression. And I'm like, I have been in a good mood all day today, and I had a good night at work, even though I was tired and didn't feel like working. Um, and had nice people to deal with tonight. I don't have any reason to complain. I really don't. And I don't have control over the things that happened. I mean, if I could have worked more hours on Monday, I would have hit my bonus today. But I ran over something and needed to get my car fixed, and I didn't want to drive around with something making noises on my car all night. So I was also ornery on Monday and could have cared less if I was working. So it was like I did what I needed to do this week, and I pushed myself as much as I was physically able and willing to push myself. And I have done more as far as work this week than I have done in the past 3 months because I have not been well. So, in spite of how I felt, I did amazing today. And I need to remember that I did amazing today. And just because I didn't get a bonus that I thought I should have gotten tonight doesn't mean that I didn't do well. And it doesn't mean that God is unaware of me. And it doesn't mean that I still won't be able to pay my bills. It just means it's going to take a little bit longer because I'm going to have to earn the money. So it may take push things back a day or two, more than I wanted it to. And I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. I don't know what the next day is going to bring. So I don't know how things are going to work out. But I know that everything has worked out, and I've seen it work out so many times doing these videos focusing on today and seeing every day how miracles have happened, how bills have got paid, how everything has just been okay. And I just need to continue to trust that everything is going to be okay. And sometimes that's really easy to say, and sometimes it's really easy to do, but sometimes it's hard to do. And I wish that it would just, that trust would just settle in and I would be perfectly okay and at peace and like everything's going to work out. And it's one of those things that I know in my head, but it takes some time to like get into my heart to feel emotionally. And some days I know I've got this. I know that God's got this and everything is going to be okay. And then, I have days like today where I still know that God's got this and everything's going to be okay. But I also realize that it means I'm going to have to put forth more effort than I've been putting forth in order to make things work out, or I think that I'm going to have to put forth more effort. But again, it's also a reminder that there's just a lot of things outside of my control, and I can't control what happened today. And I'm just grateful I got myself to go to work because I was just tired, and I'm like, I just want to curl up and go back to sleep. So I just didn't do anything. And then I'm supposed to give a friend a ride tomorrow, but she was able to find another form of transportation, so I don't have to go pick her up, which means I don't have to miss out on sleep, or worry about having to wake up in a few hours to go get somebody. I can just sleep as late as I need to, but then it's pushing my day back further, and which isn't really a bad thing. My vision board friend, when I was talking to her today, reminded me of she's like, oh yeah, but that's okay because these are your normal hours anyway. It's okay if you didn't get up and start doing anything until afternoon or 1 or 2 o'clock because you didn't go to bed until whatever. And she's like, but that's okay. These are your normal hours. And I'm like, I'm so grateful for her reminding me that those are my hours. And I'm like, I kind of got away from those hours for a little bit. I don't necessarily want to be at work as late as I've been the last 2 nights, but I probably will be again just because I am going to bed so late today. I need to work on trying to bring that back up. And really, it doesn't matter. It works okay for me, except for Sundays, because I have to be up really early Sunday. So I either have to stay up really late or I have to go without sleep, and it just messes me up for the week. So I need to try to figure out some sort of balance for that. But or figure out how I could just take Saturdays and Sundays off instead of Sundays and Sundays being the only day. But right now I have to work more to make up for the bills that haven't been paid that are past due, and for the ones that are coming up and coming, and for the other medical things that need to be taken care of. But I'm also grateful today. I mean, I was looking at my little list before I did my video because I made my little list of all the bills that have to be paid. And once again, I'm looking at it and not feeling overwhelmed because as I'm subtracting the money that I made today, I'm like, okay, it still looks like it's doable to make the money that I need to this month. It might be a little bit tight and maybe a couple of things won't get paid. And if I have to, I can push my dentist appointment back a couple of weeks or I can push it back to next month. Not thrilled that I would have to wait that long to get a crown, but I've already waited a couple of months and it's been okay. And if I need to wait a couple more months just so I can save up the money because it is a lot of money. And I do need to pay my bills. So if my bills were all caught up, it wouldn't be that hard to make that much money, but my bills are not all caught up. So I may need the extra month um, to figure that out. So if anything, I could just change my dentist appointment and that's one less thing that I have to stress about. And then I have that much, I can pay my bills off that much sooner, or I have that much extra money that I can put towards like medical to take care of um, my foot and my ankle and whatever else that I need to do this month. So I have options, and I am grateful to be reminded that I have options, and I am grateful to be able to look at things on paper and numbers and be like, okay, this will work. Or look at this on paper and go, I have no idea how this is going to work, but I know that God knows what I need and that He has been meeting my needs in miraculous ways, and He will continue to do so as long as I continue to do my best and put forth my best efforts, and then God will take care of the rest. That's how it works, and that's how it's been working as I've been doing my focusing on today, and I have been reminded of that, and I have been building that trust. So I don't need to stop trusting. I don't need to lose faith just because I didn't get a bonus at work tonight that I wanted to get, because I did make a lot more money tonight than I anticipated making, which I'm grateful for. I really am grateful for that. But it's not as much money as I would have made with my bonus. So it's not what I wanted, but I know that it will still be enough. It will still be okay. It will still work out. So I don't need to stress about it. I don't need to be disappointed and discouraged. I just need to let it go. I need to continue to enjoy the good mood that I've been in all day and not let this one little thing ruin it. And I do need to write in my journal this morning, no matter how tired I am, because I just need to get all this stuff out of my system so that it doesn't carry over into another day, because I don't need this to carry into another day. I'm good. I'm okay. and, and like I said, it's just another opportunity for me to trust in the Lord, to wait and see what miracles or plans that He has in mind for me, because I can't see the big picture. I don't know how things are going to work out, and I don't always listen. I don't always go to work earlier when I could have. I, you know, I sometimes take a while to let myself wake up and avoid dealing with things that I don't want to deal with. So, and then eventually I will face them whenever I'm ready to. And I don't know why I do that. Old habits die hard, I think. It's just a process, and some days I'm willing to just get up and take a shower and go to work, and it's all good. And today I'm like, well, I'm in a better mood. I'm in a pretty good mood. I'm just really tired, so I'm just gonna get up and get something to eat, and then I'm just gonna relax. And then I'm like, I just want to go back to sleep. But then I didn't let myself go back to sleep, and then I didn't let myself go to work. So it's just kind of, but that's me. I have days like that, and it's okay. And I'm grateful for my friend when I was talking to her today, reminding me that I don't have to know or understand why I feel the way that I do. I just need to acknowledge what I'm feeling and then decide if I'm going to give into it or not give into it, decide how much power I'm going to let my feelings have over my day. And some days they take over, and some days it's just temporary and it will pass. But I think sometimes I waste too much time trying to figure out why I feel a certain way, and it doesn't work. And I was driving around to work today thinking about that and kind of comparing it to migraines. I'm like, there are so many different reasons why I get migraines: change of weather, lack of sleep, not eating enough food, not drinking enough water, stress, and then, you know, just random reasons my head decides to have a migraine, unknown. And you go talk to doctors and neurologists, and they're like, well, we don't know exactly what causes migraines. There's lots of different things, even genetics and stuff like that. But they have different treatments. So it's like we can just treat the migraine, but we can't always tell you what's causing the migraine. So, which, I mean, I know they know like the science behind the migraine sort of a thing, but they just don't know what triggers the migraines basically. And sometimes I don't know what triggers my emotions. And the thing that I need to remember is that emotions are part of life and they're part of everyday life. And so there's things that happen today that I will have feelings about, and there's things from the past that those feelings will come up, or something that happens today that brings up feelings from the past. And sometimes I can separate the two and be like, okay, this is something for today, this is something from the past. But sometimes I can't. Sometimes I have no idea why I feel the way that I feel. I feel that way. And it's okay. I just need to remember that it's okay that I have those feelings. And then the question is, am I going to acknowledge my feelings? How am I going to respond to my feelings? What am I going to do about my feelings? So it's, what treatment is there? And not that feelings make me a sick person. That's not what I meant when I said treatment. It's just, what responses do I have to my feelings? And what can I do about it? And some days, if I'm feeling depressed or discouraged or frustrated, sometimes I can talk to someone. It's like the hungry, angry, lonely, tired thing I talked about yesterday, I think. But I can talk to someone. I can do something about it. But I have to be willing to first accept that I'm having the feelings. I'm going to figure out what feeling I'm having. And it doesn't necessarily matter why I'm having that feeling. It just is acknowledging the fact that I'm having that feeling. And then what is my response to that feeling going to be? Am I going to feed that feeling? Am I going to encourage it? Or am I going to ignore it? It's not the best thing. But am I going to do something to make myself feel better? Or am I going to, am I going to enjoy it? I mean, if it's a good feeling, should I, am I going to bask in my moment of feeling happy and joyous? Am I going to wallow in self-pity or depression or whatever it is? But I need to remember that it's okay to have feelings, and I don't have control over my feelings and emotions any more than I have control over what happens at work or what other people do. I can just learn how to process all of those things and decide how I'm going to respond to them. So it's kind of, what's my response going to be? And in some cases, my response is just, I'm going to avoid it because I don't want to deal with it. Sometimes it's like, okay, I just don't feel like working right now or doing anything right now. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. If I'm okay with that, then I'm just going to give into that. Or it's like, okay, this is not okay. So what can I do to change that? What can I do to motivate myself? I don't know. I still haven't figured that one out. So, and sometimes I just have to let myself be okay with not being willing to do anything for a while. And then it's like, okay, I'm done doing nothing. I'll get up and do something now. and I don't know. I don't know where that switch is. I don't know how to flip that switch. I don't know what happens. If I knew, then maybe I wouldn't have that issue. But anyway, I'm just grateful for the reminder that I don't have to understand everything, that I don't have the big picture in mind. I don't know how everything is going to fall into place or to work, but there's a lot of trust involved. There's a lot of accepting of things the way that they are, whether they're the way I want them to be or not. There's a lot of just letting go of the illusion of being in control, letting go of things that are disappointing or that don't work out the way that I want them to, and a lot of trusting, learning to trust that God is taking care of everything and that everything's going to work out the way that it's supposed to. So trusting myself, trusting God, and just trusting the process, even though I don't know the end results. I mean, I know what I hope the end result is going to be. I mean, the end result is that I feel better about myself, that I'm happier, that I'm learning to take care of myself, that things get taken care of and things get done the way that it's meant to happen, not necessarily the way that I want it to. So it's kind of letting go of the outcome, allowing tomorrow to be tomorrow, and just staying in today. So a lot of a lot of learning, and today a lot of opportunity to be reminded of all those things that I've been learning and that I've been trying to apply in my life, and a lot of just, letting go. I'm really grateful that I can do these videos and grateful to know that I can write in my journal because it makes me feel better. Just the reminder that I can just let go of the disappointment. I don't need to hold on to it. I don't need to carry it over to tomorrow. I don't need to not go to work because I'm upset and disappointed because I didn't get a bonus today that I wanted. So it's all okay, and I'm grateful for that today. I'm grateful for those reminders and those opportunities of reminders, and grateful for sometimes a little repetition that kind of puts me back in that spot to open my eyes and say, hey, remember, this is how this works. So I'm just grateful for that, and grateful to find things to be grateful for, to stay in an attitude of gratitude, and also grateful to know that when I can pray for a change of attitude. I can pray for help to understand things. I can pray to just let go of things, and God can help me do what I can't do on my own. And I'm grateful for that too. So it's just a matter of, my being willing to do my part, and trusting that it will work out. So that's where I'm at today. And I'm also very tired and want to just curl up in my bed and go to sleep. But I know I need to eat and write and whatever. So we'll see what I do today. But anyway, I am grateful I woke up in a better mood today, and I am grateful for the things that I was able to get done, or that I was able to go to work, and just grateful for the reminders and the opportunities of all the things that I have been learning, and all the things that I will get to learn in the future. And just the reminders of things to and I think I need those reminders because it helps to internalize all the stuff that I know. So it's kind of like I know it in my head, and now it's getting into my heart because I continue to have opportunities to practice and to learn and to be reminded that this is how things work, and I am not in control, and I just get to accept the situation and be grateful for what's working out, and trusting that it will continue to work out for the best, whatever that is, and that I don't have the big picture, so I don't know what God's plan for my life is. I have my little limited view of what I want to do as far as my finances and like my future job sort of things, but how to actually get there, I don't know. and, and how long it's going to take, I don't know, but I can just keep plugging away, working towards my goals, and at some point, if I need to be redirected, that God will make things happen to redirect me, to redirect my focus, to entice motivation, things like that, whatever it is that needs to happen. And maybe like with this injury and stuff, it's like, okay, start looking for other jobs. Okay, start working more on my books. Haven't really done a whole lot of either of those, but those are playing in my mind. So things for me to work on. Anyway, I think that's all that I have today. So if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe do some writing.